Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we are doing the logistics operations team. I am an assistant supply officer, and at 600,000 you unlock chief supply officer. Um, Might as well get the nuclear out so I can show you all that too. This is the nuclear truck just at a seaside. So this is LO, or logistics operation. Um, Also, it's same person, same day, just different team. So after PM, I'm just not gonna do the what y'all expected me to do, which is my intro. Don't need to do it if I already did it once for the game at least. After I introduce you to all the teams, then sure I'll show you exactly. I'll do my intro and all, but um the LO bypass is also right there. If you want to get through it, you can. Um, Evacuation would be down there, there. Um, Now before there was two sides into that bunker, but there's not no more. Shift manager left. Yippee. Uh, I'll show y'all what over there. So right here is where you get the fuel rod. Right there, button to get the fuel rod. You have to be parallel though to get them. Right here is where you get supplies. Box, box, box. Um, I don't need my mic or walkie on. LO bypass or LOBP. Um, okay, we got this shit. Alright, let me. Um, Also, there has to be a certain amount of security or um, teams that can defend the plant to be able to play under the West Nubian Port, uh, West Nubian or WN, which is down there. If you're playing for the power plant, I would not recommend going down that road. You will be killed by a sniper built in game, so you can't really kill the sniper. Also, can't run. Plant personnel only. And well, that's about it for outside the plant. Uh, working, working wise, unless you're part of Civ, you can come in and out as you please, but you need to be authorized in order to do that. Like here um, is the old visitor center right there, where 8 next spawn, all that. Um, Also, don't be fooled. There are mods in the game at all times. Uh, even though even though they don't pop up on leaderboard, which is this, they are still on here. Um, Down there is the fuel rod storage bypass thing, reactor hull truck bypass. PRR, plant reactor root. There's another thing. It's also looped around. So, uh, also, I've seen people try to get in these cars. I hate to break it to y'all, but these cars cannot be drove. Also, jumping down there equals death. Doesn't matter if you're invincible or not. Kind of wish I could edit videos because I'd play the invincible theme, but y'all know how that goes. And I can't edit for shit, so. Right here is the drop-off point. Um, you would normally you wouldn't be doing this in the reactor uh, fuel rod truck, but I am. Um, and there's also another variant of this for uh, fuel rod, which we use as the DOEE, or DOE for short, gives us the go ahead for it. Security complex can enter it. Reactor bypass, plant interior, this road and that road. NNPP logistics bypass, aka where I would have gone if it wasn't for it being closed. There's also tugs, but that's about it for this team. Um, yep. And let me check the time. 7 minutes. All right, so it took like 7 minutes. So I'm gonna also show y'all not servers. This is what things look like. PD, plant defense. I need to security show you that, but that's beside the point. Here's this. And now we are on the RO team. There's a lot to tell y'all about this, so pay attention. Also, yellow. LO gets green, she gets blue, SMs all get blue, ROs get yellow, PDs get orange, or PMs get orange. PD gets yellow, depending on if they decide to wear the suit or not, hazmat suit. Um, Also, normally ROs do not have wrenches, but in this case, because I'm the head of reactor operations, I've maxed out this team. There's nothing above or below it. Well, there is below, but nothing above my current level. HORO, or HORO, gets black hat. Chief engineers get red hats. Shift managers get blue hats. And anything below chief engineer, yellow hat. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all all those stations within control uh, control center or CR control room. So all PMs and LOs alike cannot enter through that door or that door. This is all blocked off to them. And then you have the generator grid overview off, generator output, and then fuel consumption. Currently, they're all at 100 because they have not been turned on or turned off. Well, they start off. If you'd like to take a moment to read over that, you can. This shows you if the generators are running, if the direct current bus powered is infinite and stuff. Same with power and main power, which is external. Gen malfunction 1, 2, 3. Turbines unsynced. grid pending handoff, and then turbine rev power, which is also this, but this is grid control. Um, Auxiliary grid has no power, or oxygen from gens have no power. Reactor grid to turbines, nothing. Reactor grid to the external grid, use, and off grid to reactor grid. Use. You can use E or Q, or you can just hit close. That annoying beepy here is, well, that he is a chief engineer. Shut that the fuck up. These are turbines, or the turbine control center. The these two screens right here, turbine 2 and turbine 1. These show you the valve open percentage and flow rate for both. And these two show you if it's synced, what turbines they are, what RPMs they're at, and vibration. As you can see, this one has 19, this one has 17. But both of them are synced, so it's not really my uh, problem. Then you have the shift manager desk. No, I'm not a shift manager, but well, I can be. There's power orders complete, which is what we call POs, and then shift gear, which is T-1, 2, or 3. T-1 is 0 to 3. Shift T2 is 4 to 6. T3 and higher is T3 is 7 and up. There's no T4s, no T5s, nothing of that. Then you have the power order toggle switch, which you need on to get power orders, which are done by turb. It's the whole system, and then you have authorized Bravo 8. That turns on the reactor along with this. This has to be on. This has to be on. You can start the ignition process by doing that. There's no external, so I don't know why the PD done that. Then, there's actually one more thing I need to show y'all before we get to that area, and that's called the strand desk, or emergency system, or ESA, or X. I don't know how you abbreviate that, but emergency console control center or system. This is where you run to if shit hits the fan. That button drops all rods, and you can see the rod percentage here. But we'll get to the percentage here in a second. Right here, you have the relief valve, which you do not touch unless that temp is always going to be Kelvin, by the way. That's the scientific number or temperature for reactors. Rod insertion, 55%. Fuel capacity, or fuel percentage, 88.1%. Temperature in Kelvin, 2138.3 Kelvin. And then that's pressure above. We are losing pressure. I think it's. I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all a heads up right now. That is not supposed to be the percentage or utilization of the feed water pump, which are also the one abbreviation, except for coolant. Well, there is abbreviation for this, but coolant that you can't make an abbreviation for it because it's. Oh, I know what happened. fixed it. This should be 79.5. So get up to 79.5. I don't know why they're shooting. Wait. Okay. Now it's good. If you don't know how to fix these, just get it to the most or the least, which is minus minus or plus plus. Once it's there and it starts going down fast, you can fix it. Also, it should always be on 79.5. Never anything higher, never anything lower. Also, even if you lose flow, never, and I mean never, turn off feed water or coolant pumps. You turn this off, you're wishing for that. And there's this nincompoop. Um, yeah, so we kind of have to worry about trainees if you want. If you want to teach me. Also, the rods are never supposed to leave 55% unless it's a scram. Um, After I teach after I teach this training, I'll get back to the tour. Over there, of course, is the refuel crank control. Right there's the um, control rod insertion area. Um, as y'all can see, what I said, coolant is to be on at all times. If it's off for even a few seconds, that temperature will skyrocket. If y'all watch the first video, you'll understand what NNP stands for. So, yeah. Um, Let me check the 24 minutes. RVs is the abbreviation for release valves, and they are not to be touched unless scram is active, like I said. Also, right here you can see external and release valve status. Um, Also, if you ever see this happen, they ain't cussing. It's just Roblox's sensory thing. Um, like, oh, um, like I said, these should not be touched unless we are scrambling, which is that button. If that's yellow, start using these. Because if you don't get under 800 Kelvin within a specific time frame, the reactor will blow up. Or, in other words, it'll Chernobyl itself. So, yeah. Uh, Up here is the balcony, which I tell most people to go if they're trolling or just being an absolute nuisance. Like I said, temp is only to be at 2150. When we have hazard pay, anything more, and you're risking it. Right here is the lounge or viewing area above control. Um, and like I said before, uh, this is RO or reactor operation. They are the only ones allowed to touch this and these two, and these, of course. But that's beside the point. And yeah. Also, 7 is tier 3. With that being done, I'd like to say that this is the end of the RO section. Um, there's already SM, but SM does the same thing as RO, just with administrative purposes or powers. So just picture me, but in blue, like that. Same level and everything, just blue, and that's what they look like. Um, yeah, I think we have enough time for the next one. And then there's shift manager. So I'm gonna say this now. There is two teams that require you to keep for. There's shift manager, lead reactor operations, and oversee all plant systems to ensure power orders are completed. Literally their only purpose. They're like these, but in blue, and have power. Then there's corporate, which is uh, also same as PD, but they have a little more say so over anything. Assistant manager. Yep. Um, Executive offices, meeting room Artemis. No plant director. This is where the plant director would spawn though. Um, yeah, this is their corporate can or CEOs cannot wear um, any form of hazmat suit, and that's all for them. And then you have PD. If they get assassinated, you lose like 25% payment or income. PD can wear that, and this is the office. Also, along with uh, shift manager, we have more, but we can fire people or we can fire people, which is about the only other thing we can do. Um, we can make announcements, use intercom, which I can't. Fire players, call meetings, lockdown, and camera scan. And that's all the PD can do. And I cannot enter this room, which is camp, by the way. That's where PDS spawn or PSD, whatever you want to call it. It's personal security detail. Um, so there's also two types of triangles. There's the red triangles, which is WN, SRR, or others, also SNAC. And then there is a yellow triangle, which is this. That's all for that. Next video will be specifically plant defense. Hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I'll see y'all in the next one.